Hi, I'm Chase with Evlista, and this video is going to be about Etsy's new personalization and how you can do bulk edits for this on Evlista. So, as you might be aware, Etsy recently made a huge change to personalization. Before, you could just have a text box where the buyer would put in their customization options, but now you get a whole lot more tools. You can have drop downs, you can have questions, and you can have file uploads. So that's all great. And that's going to really open up a lot of new opportunities for sellers. But it's also going to be a huge pain, both shifting over to this new personalization style and configuring all of these individually for each one of your listings. But that's where Evlista comes in. You can do all of this across your listings in bulk. So you just have to go and do this personalization change or addition or modification once. So I'm going to show exactly how to do that right now. So I'm on the Evlista dashboard, and what I'm going to do is select some listings, and then I'm going to go to the edit page. And here I'm going to scroll down to personalization. See here that none of these listings currently have any personalization options, but if they did, you would see them listed out here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click this check mark that will make these listings personalizable. And then I'll see this first question. And then you'll notice that this is question one, but you can add a bunch of different questions. I think you can have 5 questions total. Yeah, 5 questions. But let's just start with the first question and then go from there. So for this first question, we have a couple different types of questions we can ask the buyer. We have text input, drop downs, and then file uploads. So let's start with text input. This is kind of your basic one. Let's just say this is your name to add to the product. So that's pretty simple. And now you'll see if you scroll down, all these products we have selected now have this question on them. Now let's add a second question. This is something you could not do at all before on Etsy, but now you can. You'll notice that the type, now we don't have the text input option available because you can only have text input for one of the questions. So let's select drop down. Now let's just make this the font type. And let's just say the first option is modern fonts, and it's another option, traditional. And these are just examples, but I kind of want you to get the idea. Okay, there we go. And you'll see here now that each listing has 2 personalization questions. Now let's say one of these listings just needs one question, or maybe it needs a different question entirely. You can make that individual change to that listing pretty quickly. But now let's go to the third question. And let's just say this is the logo. Let's say this is an unlabeled file. And so this is the logo that will be on the back of the product. And you'll notice that there was actually a different option here where you could do an unlabeled file upload versus a labeled file upload. So a labeled upload is going to be for when you have multiple different images that you want someone to upload, and then they can label those images. So we'll just call this other images. Please upload each image to the relevant label. So the first one, let's just say this is the sponsor. And let's say the second one is the city. Again, these are just totally examples, but you get the picture. And so now you'll see all of these different questions are applied to all these listings. Now, this does not apply to your shop yet. This is just kind of a preview. If you want to then sync these changes to your Etsy shop, you got to go up to the top right and click Apply Personalization Changes. And there we go. Okay, all listings were updated successfully in 3 seconds. So now we can go back to the dashboard. We can refresh that shop. And then we can just go back to those listings. And we'll see that all of those personalizable questions are now on those listings. there you go. If you have any questions about this new feature or how this personalizable options work, please let me know. You can just email me at support@evlista.com. Thanks.